there we are. Hey, you're only 4 minutes late tonight.
No, I was
Uh,
in here waiting patiently, ready to go.
how can you start a game 4 minutes late? I don't
There's this new
really
thing called a slide, which I don't believe in, but we've had those. I know you've been part of slides before. That's when something.
slide the kickoff.
Yeah, yeah. When something's
It's
going
funny
on
how
before,
everybody freaks out about that, though.
I know,
That's what's
especially
weird about those.
coaches.
I get coaches freaking out about it
I
because
don't.
they
I literally don't. I don't understand it. Okay, you're gonna start 5 minutes later, coach. What's the big deal? Like,
right
who
because you would
cares?
think it would be a big deal if you started earlier, but if you start later, you just have 5 more minutes.
You have 5 more minutes
Yeah,
exactly. But
give
I
all your
guess it's like,
speeches
I
and
guess
whatnot.
fighters and all that, they want to know exactly when to peak, when to get like really hyped up and amped up, and then, but it's like whatever.
Oh wow, the chat was active about this slide. I see.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
I see you ceremoniously just absolutely threw me under that figurative bus. Wow.
Oh, is that what you call that?
Uh, whatever. You're stuck with me tonight. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's
Yeah, it
okay.
is.
Let's do. I don't want to do this real quick. Just real quick. This is awesome. So
Okay.
we know our friends down there in South America and Brazil, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep. So they got a great thing going down there, and these games are on. I don't know what is it. I guess they just stream this to YouTube, but it's like a production,
Yes. And
ish.
our guy Guillermo, who joins us, he watches the replays because
They
it's too
watch,
late.
yeah, they watch the replay because it's
Yeah, it's
it's
way too late
it's
right now.
uh it's it's late down there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So he is like he's like the guru down there. So he puts all these clips
yeah.
together. He writes the rules test. He's the main dude down there. And so he's the one who gets to share most of these plays with us.
Yeah. So I've never seen this before,
I have not either.
um, but I don't know why because this could easily happen
Yeah.
at any stadium in any country at any level.
Right.
This guy's standing here. I don't. He may be the guy out of bounds. He may be a little close. Man, it just. Yeah, I think he's maybe crowded. I don't know. There is some green between his shoes and the white sideline.
Yeah. He's not on the sideline. Put it like that.
It's not egregious. So he
Where he's
reaches up.
lined up, you saying he's not
Yeah, yeah, where
egregious?
he's standing is not
Oh,
egregious,
okay. Yeah, no. I wouldn't say that.
but it's just a perfect storm. This pass is thrown high, and the wide receiver's tracking,
Right.
and I don't know if the wide receiver jumps from out of bounds. We just can't really tell. It's close. It's going to be a classic sideline catch, in out probably.
Right.
Um, and again, I don't even know if it's realistic for this wide receiver to catch the ball. I kind of think it is. The guy reaches up and gets a pass defense stat or whatever you call that
Right. As a non-player.
as a non-player. So we got this is an issue,
Yes.
or is it?
That's a problem.
I think it's a problem, and but I don't even know what it is. So they sent Guillermo sent this play in, and I'm like, okay, well this is okay. What are we going to do with this? So the result of the play is an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
And as you said, this is an act by a non-player
Yes.
of Team B.
Team B, yes.
So what is this though? I mean, you want to throw a flag? What do you want to do? What are we going to do with this?
So I think the first thing we need to do, and I would hope that the deep wing and or the line of scrimmage official has a really good view of the A player's feet. I would say if the A player stepped out of
Ah,
bounds prior to that ball getting touched, I, I, I may not want to have anything here.
really?
Well, we know for a fact that this act by the
Yeah.
B non-player could not have impacted the play in any way, shape, or form because the dude was out of bounds. He
He's already out
literally
of
can't.
bounds.
He can't. There's nothing he can do with that ball. if he's already out of bounds.
Because the second he touches it, the ball's dead anyway.
It's dead. Yeah, it's out of bounds anyway.
Okay.
But
if he
if he's definitely inbounds, we have to have a flag down.
Okay, so
and if he's out of bounds, I'm saying I would not want to have a flag down. But if someone else had a flag down, I would say absolutely. This is an illegal act. This dude can't do this.
It's almost a behavior issue in a way, and I'm not saying like usually we think of that as taunting or engendering some like violent acts or
yeah.
It's not what this is. Kids just reacting to a ball in the air like we've done all our lives in a way. But it's cheating. I mean, it's cheating. You're right. If he tries to catch this ball and he's leaping from inbounds, this is not fair. This is not fair. So, okay. So I'm just going to tell you, I'll play somebody here, either the line of scrimmage or the deep wing, and I'm going to throw my flag, and I'm going to come into you with the biggest puppy dog eyes and say, hey, some guy from out of bounds knocked the ball down before the receiver who was inbounds could make a play. That's what I got.
Right.
No, I'm not kidding, actually.
Right. Oh, boy.
How you going to work?
I know that's what you would say.
How you going to work through that?
So, and I'm buying time trying to grab the actual rule. I'm assuming this is in. I'm noticing it's going to be in UNS in Rule 9. Probably one of those palpably unfair act deals where the referee can award a touchdown. We ain't awarding a touchdown.
Oh, it could. Oh, yeah. I see.
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
I've studied that. That's a good point. Palpably unfair act. So, but we always talk about that like some dude running off the sideline and making the tackle.
Yeah, tripping a dude or making a tackle.
Sticking his foot out. Yeah. Isn't that indifferent than all of those other examples? I mean, although it doesn't, like you said, doesn't prevent a score.
No, but it interferes with a team A player's ability to catch a live ball.
It's like non-player interference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is wherever his flag is, I would like to just award team A a first down at that spot.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that, exactly. I don't care if he was going to catch it. I don't care if whatever. That's the first down right there at that spot.
And the palpably unfair act rule allows us to do that. So yeah, the referee just turns into,
judge and jury
and enforcement and everything in that case, and just says, well, here's what we're going to do. And that's kind of what you just did there. I'm kind of impressed. You didn't do too much him and Han. You just kind of said, where's your flag at?
Yep.
Right there. Is that about where that happened? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's put the ball there and give him an automatic first down.
Boom.
Cool. What if that was like only like 8 yards downfield? Would you want to go full 15 or
no? I'm
worried
just
about all that?
We'll do a first down at that spot because the best that could have happened is a catch. I would assume.
Right.
Obviously, a dude can break out and do whatever, blah blah blah. But in this situation, I mean, the best this dude could have done is caught the ball and been knocked out of bounds. We're gonna give him the ball right there, and we're gonna give him a first down. Even if it was short, let's say it was 30,
that's my point.
15, Brandon. And this is an 8-yard game. Well, it's going to be first down at that spot. They're going to get a first down
because it's so unfair. The penalty must almost like be the egregious act must be met with an egregious penalty. If you see what I'm saying. Yes. Even if it's 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 15, and I mean, it's an automatic first down. Like we can't. This is making a travesty of the game. Like we can't have this happening. So. Cool, I'm on board. And I'm sure you've stayed awake at night practicing this announcement.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
A non-player on the I don't know, whatever the white team's name is, committed an unfair act. Team A will be awarded a first down at the spot of the foul.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah. Some of these, it's not time to get cute on these, especially stuff that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's not time to get cute. Let's just
and I mean,
all that cuteness out.
Yeah, and obviously, like in your game, if this happens, there's probably going to be a great close up, and TV is going to be able to they're going to love your announcement, and the simplicity of your announcement is actually allows them to then add color to it in a way that just really makes it play well.
Correct.
You know what
I
I
like
mean?
what you said. I like what you said right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is just a big production show, right? And
Oh,
I
it
can allow
is.
TV to make a production out of it
Yeah.
instead of me making a production out of
Yeah.
it.
Now
Yeah.
we don't always want to do that, but
No.
I think like where you're going, this is a case where I think we do, almost make it, almost simplify it down and let them. Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was cool. I've never seen that before.
Right.
I honestly, I said when the first time I saw this play, I said, "What in the world are we doing? Why did you waste the time to send that in?" And then I said, "Oh my gosh, the guy on the sideline." And I said, "Why have I never seen this before?"
Yeah.
Well, they weren't done.
Wait, hold on before we move on.
No, go ahead.
Matthew's saying
Go
this
ahead.
pass
Yeah.
interference explicitly say it must be a player, not a squad member. Well,
Oh.
I would say that this player did not create contact on this non-player did not create contact on the team A receiver relative to pass interference. He didn't
You gotta have contact.
Yeah. But
So,
if that player did create contact, then I would not call that pass interference. I would say the same thing. That's just an unfair act, and we're going to give him a first down at that spot.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very
good. I guess to answer the question, pass interference rules, I would assume, I don't know what it explicitly says, but most of the rules are relative to players. And this dude is not a player at the time of this act.
That's right. Okay, well, they weren't done.
I know. This one is, oh boy.
Hang on. We got to pull. So this is just a rules test right here. So we get a replay here, and it's more of a zoomed in shot. So let's just set the situation, play a loop like it always does. Hopefully. 4th and 12 on the B17. All right. It's 4th and 12 on the B17. The kicking team, which of course is team A, touches the ball at the B11. The receiving team, which we know is team B, touches the ball at the B12. And that's sequential. So the kicking team touches the ball at the B11, and then the receiving team touches the ball at the B12. And then the ball rolls out of bounds at the B15. So it's just a rules test right now, right? I mean, what's your answer? Right? Like, okay, we see the play, we see the question. Now we gotta, and it's no different than what we do on the field. Well, where are we going to put the ball next, and whose ball is it?
Right.
4 of the answers have,
yeah,
4 of the answers have B's ball, and then 1 of the answers has A's ball. So we just gotta think about this a little bit. But I mean, well, this is not an uncommon rules test question, I would say.
It's not.
But this
test question is always on there.
Yeah, but it's a very uncommon play to actually see live on video.
Right.
Well, live. It's not, but see in front of us on video. You haven't had too many crazy field goal plays yet, have you?
I have not.
Yeah,
I have not, thankfully, because I'm telling you right now, I'll screw it up.
Yeah, we had that one where you guys were so confused in Boise, and I had to calm you guys down with the clock.
Yeah, the one where you were letting people snap the ball with like 4 people in formation.
The ball wasn't ready for play when they were doing that, so I'm not sure how would you even call that a snap?
Thankfully, I was there to save the crew because my goodness,
you were standing there. Yep, you were standing there for sure. Hey, look, I think what is going on. I had the pleasure to talk with this group of officials from Brazil.
Yeah.
I just think what's going on down there is super cool. And it's just, and it's interesting to hear them talk because they fully acknowledge that American football is not that popular of a sport down there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think we all get it. Like it's soccer. and then I'm sure I don't know what else. Baseball.
I don't know. I don't know baseball,
but for sure soccer, right? I mean,
oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
that's the yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. And but talking with them, what comes out, what we realize is that everybody's going through the exact same challenges.
Mhm.
You know, it's just, I mean, whether it's at a different scale or a different whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going through the same challenges. So shortage of officials. They're battling through. It's kind of nice to work in the same crew from week to week. Now, the problem is they don't work every week. They work, and their seasons are long too. I think if I understood that right, their seasons are long, but they work almost like once or twice a month throughout the season only. You see what I'm saying? So it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's a geography constraint.
Right.
I need to understand that more, and I'm probably not doing it justice, but
Yeah.
there was, and then, but they told me a story that was really cool. That was, they had a game, and I don't know if it's a big game or what. I have no idea. The details are fuzzy to me, but anyways, what they did is they said, look, we're going to go to the game. We're going to get a hotel the night before. We're going to do a pregame meeting, and we're going to watch video. We're going to prepare. And their inspiration for that was the Big 12 put out a documentary on an officiating. It was Reggie's Crew several years ago. Did you ever watch that?
I did not. I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah. And it's cool. It shows them in the hotel, doing their pregame, in the locker room, getting ready, you know, doing the whole let's go team, huddle up before the game, before we go out, and all that stuff. And so what happened is a group, I think they were a crew of 7 down here in Brazil. And what they did is they tried to go step by step along with that documentary video. And it was a crew of 7. They all kind of knew each other a little bit. They had some pretty good, you know, camaraderie and chemistry.
Yeah.
And as it was being explained in one of these calls that I was fortunate to participate in recently here, they said it was just the most unbelievable experience. You know, it just really validated why they want to be an official.
Right.
It's That's so cool.
That's
so cool.
Yeah.
And those experiences, I don't know about you, but like I'm kind of a nerd, I think, but I remember a lot.
No, you don't think you are. You don't need to put that I think part in it.
I remember a lot about the games. Like I'm kind of the guy that remembers, you know, kind of the details of the games.
Right.
You are too, by the way. But those experiences we have ancillary to the game is what really makes this special, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know we're sitting around the campfire now, but
we are. The poll's still up.
Coincidentally, this past weekend, I was fortunate enough to work a game, UFL game, and of course, we're on the crew are officials from the Big Ten, officials from the ACC, officials from the SEC. I think that covers it, and then us and 2 or 3 of us are from the Big 12. And so these are people I don't know these people. I don't work with these people, but man, we just had the greatest time sitting in the locker room before the game, just laughing and joking about different things. I'm like, man, this is what it's all about. So now, during the fall, I can watch them and see them on TV and like, oh yeah, man, that's my man that, I worked with in the spring. So, those are just really cool experiences. I agree. That's what it's all about, honestly. Just growing the tribe, making new friends, making new connections, and sharing this officiating thing that we do.
Yep. It's pretty cool. It's like we take this seriously, but try to work at not taking ourselves so seriously, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's figure this play out. So 70% said it's going to be B's ball first and 10 at the B15. 20% said it's going to be B's ball first and 10 at the B11. All right. And then 5% said it's going to be A's ball first and 10 at the B15. And 5% said it's going to be B's ball first and 10 at the B17. Nobody said give it to B at the 20. So let's start there. So I thought if A missed a field goal from inside the 20, we'd just say it's a touchback and put it at the 20.
Yes. However, and I'm going to Rule 6. We got scrimmage kick rules. Rule 8. Unsuccessful
field goal.
Okay, let's go to Rule 8. Unsuccessful field goal. Next play. Unsuccessful field goal. If the ball, and here's the key point, Brandon Cruz, untouched by B after crossing the neutral zone is declared dead. It belongs to team B. Then we go into the 20-yard line. That'll be a touchback, basically. But the key point there is if the ball untouched by team B after crossing the neutral zone is declared dead. So because this ball was touched by team B, the way I understand this is that we're just going into normal scrimmage kick rules as if this is a punt.
Okay. So
and that's the way I like to remember it.
Perfect. So the unsuccessful field goal rule is out. Yes. Basically, once B touches it beyond.
Yeah. So because
let's not be confused. Real quick. I know where you're going to go, but let's not be confused. The blocking of the field goal, that doesn't count as touching the kick.
Correct, because that occurred behind or within. I think we expand that 2 yards, maybe 3, on the blocking of the kick. And that touching is ignored. That's not the touching that we're talking about from Team B.
And as an aside, you talked about it. I wouldn't worry about how many yards we expand that. If it's an effort to block the kick, I don't care where it happens. Because the spirit of the rule is that we're not going to ever consider that as a competitive effect on this play that B blocking the kick.
Correct.
So I think,
quite frankly, unless you Manute Bowl with
how could you ever block
the hops
kick
of
more than
you ain't touching that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's perfect. So 0% said put it at the 20. So we're good. I mean, that's great, right? So that's excellent rules knowledge so far.
Yes, this is not a touchback. Definitely not a touchback.
Well,
yeah.
But if B had not touched this kick, that would be an option, I believe.
Yes, it would be an option. If B had not touched the kick beyond the neutral zone and it was declared dead, then yes, Team B would get the ball. We wouldn't even give them an option, really. We'll give them the ball on the 20 because the ball went out of bounds at the 15. So don't even waste your time giving an option. Yeah,
I mean, previous spot was at the 17. So yeah, okay, good. So we're good. Now let's talk about this though. 5% said put it at the 17, and it's B's ball. It's 17. That's where it went out of bounds.
No, that's the previous spot. 17.
I'm sorry. See, all these spots, man. 17 is the previous spot. Okay, so
correct.
Oh, well, that's the other half of the rule we just talked about that actually doesn't apply here either, right?
Right.
If we have a scoring kick, a field goal try, but now instead of being inside the 20, we're outside the 20 and it's unsuccessful and it's untouched by B beyond, then it's B's ball at the previous spot.
Correct.
Well, that doesn't work here.
It doesn't.
So not only
for 2 reasons.
Exactly. B touched it. And we snapped it inside the 20.
Correct. We're not going to put the ball at the previous spot when we're inside the 20 on an unsuccessful field goal.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's why answer B would not be correct here. Now we're going off the rails, right? Because we're giving the ball to A. Now hang on though, let's work through it. We're giving the ball to A, and 5% said give the ball to A, 1st and 10 at the B15.
That's interesting.
The B15 is the dead ball spot. The only way to arrive at that, the problem is the ball went out of bounds. Like it's a loose ball.
Correct.
So
exactly.
even though B touched it, and I can maybe think what our 5% are saying is, look, B touched it, so now maybe A gets it at the out of bounds spot.
Yeah, if B touches it, then A has an opportunity to recover it.
Right. But you have to recover it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You got to recover it
Okay.
to even have a chance to get the ball. And remember, we got that hanging touch out there as well. So I'm not saying that A is going to get the ball, but even to have a chance to get the ball, they got to gain possession of it.
Okay, perfect. It's not A's. The ball went out of bounds. It's the status of the ball is a kick. It's beyond the neutral zone. So just, and I don't know what rule that's in. That might be in 4 or 5 or something. But I mean, if a kick goes out of bounds beyond the neutral zone, it belongs to Team B. Period.
Now, probably there might Rule 6 where the kicking rules are.
It could be, but it could. I don't care where it is. But now there could obviously be other things that happen. But that's just a fundamental.
Correct.
Okay, let's get into the 20%. B 1st and 10 at the B11. The B11 is the first touch, is the illegal touch spot by Team A.
Correct.
Why is it an illegal touch? Because they touched the ball beyond the line and the status is a kick, right?
It's scrimmage kick rules, basically. That's the way I like to look at it. Once that ball hits that ground, we just look at it like a punt.
Yes.
Teammate can't touch it first. And if they choose to touch it first, they commit a violation.
That's a violation. So it would be nice. It would be nice. This is where a beanbag is nice to use. Now, I don't see anybody throwing a beanbag here. I personally think nobody's going to really throw a beanbag here, but we have to know that the kicking team, and I know that we do A's and B's. I'm much better when I talk kicking team, receiving team. That's just me personally. Do what works for you.
Right.
The kicking team touched it first, and that touch was beyond the. I say they touched it first. That's not true. B blocked it. But we ignore that.
Ignore that. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So they touched it first because it's beyond the neutral zone. They touch it first. We would want, that is mechanically where a beanbag is nice, but what's even nicer than that is to know that they touched it first.
That might be important, right?
Yeah. So, okay. So the 20% is giving B the ball at that first touch spot. Or that illegal touch spot. I know that okay. That's okay. C now 70% said B 1st and 10, B 15. So let's drive to the answer here. The ball rolls out of bounds at the B 15. So that's basically the dead ball spot.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, this is since B and you covered the rule. Since B touches this kick beyond the neutral zone, then we just revert back to normal punt rules.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And so if this was a punt, what would you do with this play?
You have a beanbag hopefully down at the illegal touch spot.
Yep.
And you'll have the whoever the covering official is marking the out of bounds spot at the 15-yard line. Hopefully we can quickly look and see, well, Team B would prefer to take this ball at the inbound spot instead of the spot of first touching. So the only reason we get to punt rules, I think you kind of said that, is because B touched that ball beyond. And then we just work it just like you said. If B had never touched the ball beyond, then we get back into unsuccessful field goal rules. Yes.
That's crazily interesting about this play.
Yes.
To me.
Yes.
So it requires great communication on what happened.
First thing it requires is for these teams not to do this kind of stuff.
Well, let's be honest. Nice, but
hey, can you not do that, please?
I don't know. We're trying to play football.
Maybe we should cover that in pregame with the coaches.
And we're trying to play football here. We're standing this league up in Brazil, man. I mean, this is great.
Yeah.
So C is the correct answer by rule for sure, and really only because of the fact that B touched that ball beyond the neutral zone.
Correct.
So we're back into normal punt rules, normal scrimmage kick rules, and we just give B the ball like we would on a punt. And a question that was presented along with the submission to this play was, does the touch by B in terms of blocking that field goal matter with all this? And we've already covered it, and it doesn't.
It does
That's
not.
ignored
Correct.
by rule. So this is really easy on paper, I think. If we know the rules, this is easy on paper.
Mm-hmm.
You have this play in real time. It might be easy if somebody communicates it well, but other than that, it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, and this is the cliche that you and I love the most.
Oh, yeah.
Slow down. We don't need to slow down. We need to communicate effectively and completely on this play. Let's not leave out any information. And ensure if you're the referee and you need to start extracting information, be sure you extract all the information necessary to properly rule on this play.
Yep. All right. What if the ball went out of bounds past the line to gain? Let's think about that for a second. The ball went out of bounds past the line to gain.
Yeah,
so
I don't
has
think that really
in the
matters.
chat.
Yeah.
The only reason it doesn't matter is because the status of the ball is a kick.
Correct.
If it was a fumble, that would be something different, but then we'd have to consider forward fumble out of bounds rules and all that other stuff. But
Correct.
Well, hang on though. It's a legal kick. If it was an illegal kick, and it goes out of bounds beyond the line to gain, sure, we have a foul. But the result of the play would actually be A's ball first if it was an illegal kick. Or I could say this: if this ball was muffed like this somehow. So if Team A muffed this ball, I don't know how that would happen. And the ball propels downfield and it goes out of bounds beyond the line to gain. The result of the play is Team A's ball first down, at the out of bounds spot. But since this is a legal kick, this is an absolute legal kick. It's a place kick. They're trying to score. It doesn't matter where the ball goes out of bounds. And once B touches it, we just treat it like a punt.
Correct.
Yeah, muffed snap forward 13 yards. Exactly, because it was 4th and 12, right? So if somehow a muffed snap goes forward 13 yards, it's A's ball first and goal, I guess.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And the reason is because a snap is a backwards pass.
Right. It's not
so all you really have is a backwards pass out of bounds.
Yeah, and we don't mess with that spot, right? We don't mess with that spot. Unless thrown intentionally to conserve time, but that's not
correct. And that wouldn't be the case.
Okay.
Very strange.
Okay. Let's stay in the weird. Let's stay in the weird real quick.
Okay.
Let's stay in the weird. How can this happen in the SEC? I thought you guys knew how to play football in the SEC. Okay.
I play football in the Big 12. I'm not sure if you know that or not.
Well, I know, but that's where you're from. What is going on here? You see all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It takes a while. It takes a couple tries here to look at this. It's 4th and 2.
Right.
I don't know who's doing what here, but we got some shifting and some motion. We got a snap. Players are moving all over the place. We got an incomplete pass down there.
Yep.
The officials are huddling. You've been in these huddles before.
Oh, yeah.
They're still huddling. So this is TV when officials, the coach is saying, what is going on?
Right.
When we huddle, that is like TV's chance to try to find something to talk about, right?
That's right.
And sometimes we don't like what they talk about.
Right.
Now they're usually going to try to milk that time away with showing replays, kind of like this producer did, thankfully. But it's not always great for us. But sometimes we have to huddle. I mean, we have to conference like this.
Right.
Usually on these types of plays. So this could have been a poll. I just want to make sure real quick that it wasn't. I think we're good. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
This could have been a poll. Is it an illegal shift? Is it a false start? How do we get out of this play? That's my real question. I don't. You can call what you want to call. but how do we get out of this play? Because this is a mess. And it's
I
not
think the way to
fault, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the way to get out of it is just to quickly and decisively make a decision and move on. The longer it takes us to make a decision, the worse it becomes, because we talked about that on the
Right.
first play with the palpably unfair act. This is not one that we want anybody on TV filling in any blanks for us, because this is a play on the field relative to a very specific rule. This is not something that maybe we haven't seen this play before, but we've seen illegal shifts before. We've seen false starts before. We've seen offside before. That's really the only three things that this could
It's a
be.
good framework, dude. That's good.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing there.
So let's not let anybody on TV decide that this is a false start, that this is a DOF, that this is an illegal shift. Let the officials decide it, and we just got to be decisive. We have to be really quick and decisive and just move on.
That's what's interesting I'm hearing you talk about right now, is the fact that you're saying speed is almost our friend here to get to a decision quickly.
Yes.
Because
what's going to happen, the longer it goes on, it's just going to get to the point where, oh, these guys don't know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, Brandon, there's only three things it's going to be, and they are very simple. All three of those things are very simple that we've handled numerous times.
Right.
So just make a decision and move on.
Okay, cool. So somebody needs to come in and do that, because I don't know if I'm going to do that from my position as either, like a referee. I'm not like, I'm not sure. Well, I don't want to have to. How about that?
You don't.
I need. It would really be nice if that line of scrimmage official up top comes in and says, "Here's what we're doing right now."
Right.
That's what I would love here. Might not happen.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about how we decide on this. And I know that I'm a line of scrimmage expert, and actually I'm their number one fan of the fan club.
Okay, Brandon.
After last week, based on
lies.
There he is. What's up, Corey?
Not a man. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing
Good.
well.
Let's figure out what we want to do here. So this is a cluster. No questions asked. So like you said, there's three. Let's break it down. So one line of thinking here is to just shut this down for a false start, because it's somewhat abrupt movement, I guess. That's one line of thinking. We could go illegal shift. We obviously they're in the neutral zone at the snap from a defense perspective.
Correct.
But they were drawn off by that motion. So we could offset illegal shift with DOF. It's also, by the way, illegal motion. It's also, I think, an illegal formation. I think we put 5 in the backfield. So there's just take your pick. 1, 2, and then
I think it's a legal formation.
It's everything. It's an illegal shift, illegal motion, and an illegal formation, all in the offense. Defense is in the neutral zone at the snap. Right. So, this is a clinic play. I mean, we're going to look at this play at the clinic for about an hour and a half in the line of scrimmage breakout.
Right.
How are we going to figure out what we want this to be?
If you're on a crew with me, this is real easy. This is a false start all day, every day, and twice on Saturdays.
Why?
Well, because they're clearly attempting to use the shifting as a means of deception to draw the offense off. We have a dude already in motion. The quarterback decided to clap, and right after he clapped, the two tight ends decided to abruptly stand up and shift to the other side of the field. That's BS.
You think that's 100%
abrupt? BS.
That's abrupt?
That's abrupt to me.
All right.
Are they simulating the snap?
Yeah.
In my opinion, they are.
Tuto, without the defensive movement, do you still feel that way?
Yes, absolutely.
So this
why are two dudes jumping up to move at the same time as we already have a player in motion?
You see that type of shift.
If that's
all
not
the
simulating
time.
the snap, I mean,
see that type of shift all the time, though.
No, not while another player's in motion.
Well, okay, that part aside, but you see
unless they get set.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just being the voice of dissension here, I guess, but I don't think if you see that motion, which you can see that type of shift at any point during a game, you're going to think of that as a false start, absent of the defensive movement. And I think that could play a trick on your eyes.
Well, the reason I'm just putting this play together holistically. I agree with you that there's times when teams do this double shifting thing from one side to the other. I'm fine with all of that. The problem I have is we have a player in motion. We have a quarterback that clapped when he's clapping, what is he signifying?
That's just part of the cadence.
It's
I mean,
a hard count.
Yeah.
Essentially,
While
it's
another
basically
player
a hard-
is in motion, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna shift while we have another dude in motion.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you
I don't like
can
that.
as long as everybody gets set. I mean, what I don't know. Are you saying?
I'm saying this is BS, and we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna hit him with 5, and I'll talk to the coach at the next TV timeout if he don't like it. I mean, this is to
Okay.
me, it's just clear and obvious for me personally that Team A is attempting to draw Team B off by using some funky shifting crap, and I
why
I
did they
would not
snap the
allow.
ball though?
Yeah, that's the weird
Because
part.
they got in the neutral zone. The dude got in the neutral zone, so
Yeah.
he snapped.
They got their whole team is moving.
But he doesn't care. The center
Everybody
don't care.
knows that. Oh,
Yes.
that's a good point.
Center knows when
he
sees
doesn't
it,
know
yeah.
that, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
center's
okay.
just snapping the ball because they got a dude in the neutral zone.
But why
Gotcha.
would you just flag the illegal shift? Like, without the defensive movement, because then if the defense, if they end up making a play, because I don't think you can stand on this as a false start just as it looks. But I mean, just try to block off the right side of your screen.
You're saying without the defense jumping in.
Yes, without that, I mean, if we shut this down for a false start, I think that can be picked apart left and right. Which I don't care, but I think we could be. I don't know. I think shift would be an awesome call in this situation. I just don't know about false start. I'm not saying it's a bad call. I just don't think it's as awesome.
But
I can hear that.
But to come back on that, do you love coming out of this with offsetting fouls?
No.
Yeah. It's 4th and 2.
You think that plays into it at
100%.
Oh, I think it does.
Exactly. They're just trying to get 5 yards.
To their credit, the tight end and the wingback, there's so much wrong with this play, right? Just from a rule, there's, like I said, it's three fouls. It's you can't be in motion from the line at the snap. That's the tight end did that. You can't have 5 in the backfield. They all did that, and you can't have multiple people moving without resetting. So this is just everything's wrong. And you're making the case that it's an abrupt act to draw them in. So it's really 4 fouls. I don't love coming out of this with offsetting fouls. Here's what we cannot not penalize the offense. The offense must be penalized, right?
Absolutely. It
So
looks
it's
like Canadian football.
Yeah, it's got to be either false start or offsetting foul. I mean, you can't. If you let the play go, it's got to be offsetting fouls.
Correct. Because the defense is clearly in the neutral zone when
Yeah.
the ball is snapped.
Okay, cool. So you're advocating, Mr. Crew Chief over there. You're advocating getting this play shut down, and you said you'll talk to the coach at the next break. What's he gonna say to you? Like, what's his argument?
So hopefully we had this discussion in pregame, and I would assume when I asked him, "Do you have any unusual plays or formations that we need to be aware of?"
That's a flawed assumption, don't you think?
No, well, that's what I'm saying, Corey. I'm assuming that he didn't tell us anything about this particular play. So when I go over there, if he wants to flip out, I'm gonna say, "Coach, I asked you if y'all had any unusual plays or formations you wanted us to be aware of, because we don't want to screw it up for you."
Have you done that before? Seriously?
Done what? No, I haven't had to
You
have this
asked that
conversation.
question to the coach before? Because this
No,
is an
I-
interesting tactic. I've never done that.
Oh, you mean asking pregame if they have any unusual plays or formations?
No. When stuff like this happens, go back to the coach. They want a piece of me now, right?
Yeah.
And I go to them and I say, "Coach, I asked you if you had anything unusual, and you said no, and now this is where we're at." I'm
Well,
asking
thankfully,
you, have you done that?
Yeah, thankfully, I've never been in that situation where I've had to. No,
Okay, well,
have
because
not
I was
done
about to ask, how'd that go for you? Because I hadn't been smart enough to think to do that.
Well, I certainly would do that.
I just went over there and got Corey's coach kicked out of the game.
While Corey had the situation under control, you come over there.
That's funny. I just told that story this past weekend.
Did you? Yeah, I'm sure you did. You seem to tell that a lot.
Well, it's a very impactful story in my life.
He earned it. I like the tactic, actually. Hey, Coach, remember when we just very calmly, Coach, remember when we talked about unusual, formations? Yeah. This would have been a good one to bring up, because And here's the thing: if we're confused, it's not right.
That's right.
That's why I like false start here. That is why I like false start here. I agree that if they don't jump defensively, you really can't have false start because it's
Right.
not.
Right. But once defense is jumping, now the ball's getting snapped and all that crap. Man, shut this down.
This is choreographed.
Exactly.
I mean, but here's what screws up this whole play for the offense is the defense jumping. Because then the center is under strict instructions that if the defense jumps,
Snap the ball.
Right.
Corey,
that's what's most
fair.
bizarre to me. It's
100%.
almost like they got what the offense got what they wanted, but they didn't even understand that what they wanted was not what they wanted.
Right.
And that's why we could have had this conversation in the locker room. I could have told, hey, coach, I could have told you that's probably not smart, man.
Yeah. If you're going to snap the ball with 3 of your guys moving, guess what? You already know. And this coach is smart. This guy's I don't get it.
Is this still Harsin? Is this under Harsin's?
This is Hugh Freeze. Okay, what about this though? What if there would have been, this is a great question. What if there would have been DOF with contact before the snap? Now what are you doing?
False.
So the question
Don't
here
ask
is,
me, ask Corey.
no, this is a good question. Let's say the left tackle, whoever jumps into the neutral zone towards the left tackle, contacts the left tackle.
While all this other stuff's going on?
Yeah, keep everything the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have DOF with contact at that point. I mean, just
They really got what they wanted.
Yep.
And I think I'm hearing you say too, Todd, that you still want false start.
Absolutely.
Based on all
I mean, I
clarity.
think the thing that does sell for me with the false start is the clap. Like, I don't know, is that part of his cadence all the time? Because it's definitely more than just a regular old clap. Like, he's shrugging his shoulders, stuff like that. So, that definitely goes into it.
And it's amazing that the two dudes move right after the clap. It's amazing.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence, right?
Yeah. So Corey, your old days as a deep wing. See, I'm coming around to the fact you're a back judge now. When stuff like this happens, the coaches don't really come to you on the sideline. They attack the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as deep wings, they're rarely.
Do you run and hide?
No, I go up to them.
Yeah,
I go up to them because I know that in this type of situation, both our line of scrimmage guys are going to be in on this conference. And so hopefully somebody has their O2O open and I can start to, understand what the situation is and start that communication process so that we're not playing catch up. And that's where deep wings can really, really be a benefit to the crew in a situation like this. Yeah. Because I'm sure this conference took, a good 30, 45 seconds. I mean, it has to.
You can tell by Mr. Saban's impatience.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. All the little things that you would do back there to help the crew navigate these. Nobody really thinks about that. You know what I mean? And they're little, but they have high impact.
I mean,
getting up to the coach in this situation instead of just letting him stew.
Just be there. I mean, and start saying, hey, this is what we're hearing, coach, this is what we're working. Hey, getting him off the field, back judge, you have a role here. Come in and make sure that the players are staying away from the conference, which I think I see one official come and do that. I can't tell who it is, but deep officials, the last thing we do is just sit back there and say, hey guys, I'm rooting for you. Hope you get it right. Let's be active in it. Let's be present. Oh yeah. The back judge does come in and so does the center judge. So, I think we have a vital part to play in the situation like this, and it makes our referee look better, makes our entire crew look better. If after this conference we say, the coach already knows what's going on, and then we can go from there.
Yep. I mean, if you're looking for ways to add value to the crew, that's it. So my first thought on this was, gosh, I really hate to invent false start, but I think I've been swayed by some crew chief in the Big 12. It's a good discussion, man. It's a good discussion.
Yeah, it is. And it just underscores the importance of at least asking the coach in pregame.
Okay.
Are there any unusual plays or formations that we need to be aware of?
On that, if you have this team So this isn't your game, but you have them next week or this coming up, and you
Right.
see that they did
Right.
this last week,
Right.
or hell, I mean, they could have done it 3 weeks ago, whatever. And this is a play talked about in the program.
Yeah.
How likely are you to bring this up in the pregame?
It depends on the coach.
Yeah,
it depends on the coach.
I agree with you.
Yeah, there's some coaches that literally don't want to talk to you at all in pregame, and being there in the pregame is a waste of time for you and them. There's some coaches that love to talk in pregame. There's some coaches who are adversarial in pregame. There's some coaches who are conversational in pregame. So I think we just have to understand
That's
our coaches. Yeah,
'Cause we should be able to bring this kind of thing up.
yeah.
There should be a way for us, and maybe we all just need to get better. But there should be a way for us to bring this kind of thing up to any coach. But I'm saying that while I 100,000% agree with what you're saying. I mean,
I think we can
it is
creatively
very
ask
difficult.
about it too, Brandon.
Well, we could creatively ask, and that
Like-
could just completely backfire.
Yeah,
But
Coach, we were doing some scout film. What happened with that play? What was the? Yeah, I don't know how. That's not a good one.
yeah, I mean, Coach, you guys ran a kind of a complicated shift that caught our eye a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And leave it at that, Brandon. Stop right there.
Talk to
Don't
me,
even-
talk
Yeah,
to
there
me
you go.
about that.
Yes.
And probably just go off on the crew. And that's what I don't want to have happen.
Right.
We don't want to go off on, like, there's so many times where the coaches will go off on your crew to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't care about that crew. I mean, I know
That's funny because they did that with meeting you.
There's no chance. There's no. Oh man, it's not competitive. What we do is not. Yeah, right.
No.
It's not competitive.
You know, the wrinkles in this,
Yeah.
just the situation. I mean, this is a huge rivalry game. It's
Mhm,
fourth
mhm.
quarter. The situation is 4th and 2. The team on offense is down by 7. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. The intangible side of things. This could be the Iron Bowl. It
it's
could be
crazy.
the boot game. It could be Chiefs Raiders. I mean, you take it. Local high schools, they hate one another. That all plays into this stuff.
The defense.
Short circuit.
You're so right, and you are always so good at bringing this stuff up, and I'm terrible at thinking about this stuff. So that was always fun that you did. The defense is trying to win this game to get into the conference championship game this year in this season. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they end up playing in the national semifinal, which we've watched plays from that game or whatever. And Daniel was there, and I think Tuta was there for some reason. I can't remember why. Anyways, it's really, you're right. You're right. I mean, there's so many things riding on this thing, and we're in the fourth quarter of a 1-point game.
You think a field goal to go up 4 versus a touchdown to go up 8 changes things deep in the fourth quarter?
Well, it does when you look at the result of the game when they couldn't cover 4th and 30.
Right.
That was this game. That happened in this
Yeah,
game. That was
that was
this year that happened.
Yes.
Dude, I swear time flies. Time passes so weird. I thought that was a long time ago. That was this year? Wow.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
In overtime, right? Or was the
I
last
think
play of the game?
It was overtime. It was something just like crazy.
Oh, the guy threw it up and he caught it on the sideline or whatever?
4th and
4th and 30. It's
33.
Like
Fourth and
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Jeez. Maybe we should look at that play. Okay. Well, that's a great discussion. I appreciate the question about what the crew did. I don't know. I cut it out on purpose. I don't even know. Like, honestly, I'll just tell everybody that when I look at this stuff, I mean, I probably do see what they did, but I never remember. And I don't even
Right.
care because I'm so looking forward to this discussion we just had.
Right.
I don't even care. I don't want to be tainted with like the result. And whatever they did was good for them because, that is how they did that.
Correct. But that doesn't change anything about how we are going to handle it when we see this exact play.
That's right.
Or a similar play in the future. Whatever the
And
crew
our
did
hope-
then doesn't matter.
Exactly. And our hope and our mentality is that we're going to look at this play and we're going to understand that if we see a very similar situation with a very similar actions in a very similar situation, 4th and 2, tight game, everybody's trying to get an edge, playoffs on the line, conference time, all this stuff. I mean, this is how we got to process this. And I know we meander through it all, but I love all the discussion points. And all we try to do is put everything out there so that people can take this stuff back to their crews and discuss this and arrive at some conclusion for you.
Correct.
Right?
There you go. That's the great point right there, Brandon.
Right?
Make your own decision based upon all of the different factors that are involved.
Yep. All right. So they got it wrong. They got it right. Like I don't know. No. All right. We had another member submitted play.
Okay.
This is so cool. This is in the SoCon. Is what we call this. We got a lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna have a flag come down behind the play. You probably didn't see what happened back there. That's okay.
I did.
We got a hit to a player on the ground. So that's troublesome. We got a pretty significant we got a pretty significant catch, no catch process to evaluate. Then we got a hit to this receiver / runner / whatever he is. And there's a couple different targeting evaluations. We got if he caught it, is he down? Did he even catch it?
Right.
How do we process this in real time from all our positions? What is replay's role?
We might be here for 30 years on this play.
Well, I think that was Jake's point when he sent it in. So do you want to I don't want to do the targeting poll here. I would just like to go through it real quick because there's one more play where we can do targeting poll. Actually,
which targeting are we even talking about? Or which
I feel like there's two.
Talking about?
I feel like there's two potential targeting evaluations.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you better get that replay official from the buffet line because he or she has some work to do here.
Might want to get a to-go box. I mean, because you're like you said, you're gonna be busy. So
it's a lot.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to fit your dinner.
So we got two potential targetings. We have a catch, no catch. We have a down by rule.
By rule.
Versus fumble.
Down by rule versus fumble.
So that's 4 different things we need to do.
And you know what's hard, in my opinion, which I think Corey's seen this tons of times, and you when you were back there. You got 2 defenders attacking this receiver.
I know.
Man. So why don't we just start with this? Why don't we start with just a really quick targeting evaluation of this at this catch, no catch mesh point? But let's talk targeting first. And obviously it's the first guy in. The second guy in has his head down, but he's clearly to the side.
Right.
We're not worried about the second guy.
Let's start with the status of the receiver first. His defenses or not.
Exactly. So I'll go out first and say that I think, yes, I think he's got time to transition to a runner to make him not defenseless.
I agree.
What do you think, Tuta?
I think I agree with that too. I think he just transitioned to a runner. It's close, but I think that I'm comfortable making him a runner.
Okay. And yeah, okay, perfect. Now, indicator with this player. Man.
I don't see an indicator. I see him attempting to make just a really hard tackle. Number, what is that, 15, whatever his number is, 5. Yeah, he didn't dip his head. He's trying to wrap. He's just coming in, and I don't see him doing anything attacking that player beyond making a normal football play. I just don't see that.
Even though it's helmet to helmet.
Let's face up.
Yeah, right. I'm glad. What was that last week, Brandon? We did that.
Yeah.
Definitely helmet to helmet contact.
Stupid
announcers are going to go on and on about it. But that's
in this game they did. When Jake sent this in, the audio was attached.
Yeah.
And all they were talking about is helmet to helmet contact. Okay, I think I agree. I mean, it's just a big hit. that happens to be with the helmet, but it's not. He doesn't attack with the crown.
Right.
So I don't think we have an indicator.
We don't. So we're done here. Relative to target, I know we got 89 more elements of this play to evaluate. So number 5 did not commit targeting in our opinion.
All right, we're good. We're good. To the extent that if it was thrown, which it reasonably could have been, reasonably in real time, do you want replay picking that targeting up based on what we just did?
I would.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, good. Let's go targeting to the guy on the ground. So we got a hit at the 26. See that?
Yeah.
We got a hit at the 26. Now, is that okay? He's defenseless.
100% defenseless.
Yep.
Is he getting attacked to the head or neck area?
I honestly need to see it again.
Looks like he gets a chest to the head, if anything.
It's weird because it's almost like a high hit to a guy on the ground, if that's possible.
Yeah.
But it's really kind of weird that he's going over the top. Yeah.
I mean, I applaud the Synergizer for looking at this.
Right.
You know, it's so easy to look down the field at this point.
Yep. All right. So I think the video keeps going back and forth on that hit to that guy.
Was that the graphics department doing
No. That was TV was doing that. TV did that. TV was worried about that.
Well, so are we asking if there's an indicator by
the hit to the guy on the ground? Do you see
I think
that?
there's definitely an indicator.
He kind of ducks his head. He just he puts his chin to his chest as he's going down 100%.
If he's not attacking that dude, nobody's attacking anybody.
Okay.
So I'm still on the targeting train so far. I haven't gotten off. I got yes so far for the hit at the 26-yard line.
All right. So we got to decide force. Now, does he mitigate enough with, like, he almost puts his hands down in a way?
Right.
Or does he go over the top enough to mitigate forcible contact to rise to the level of targeting?
I do not see forcible contact that rises.
I don't either.
I agree.
But how about just like straight up UNR for attacking a guy on the ground, though?
I'm comfortable with that.
Yep. All the way. All day. All day long. We're not doing that. Like, that's not finishing a block.
Nope.
No.
That's not finishing a block. I mean, that's the equivalent of a second act to go after this guy. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're hanging 15. We got 15 hanging.
Yep.
We do have 15 hanging.
Okay.
On the offense.
On the offense.
Live ball or dead ball?
Yeah, what's the status of the ball?
I would make that a live ball play, just especially from if I'm the center judge and I called it. I see there's still stuff going on downfield. So for me, I would make that a live ball play. And then, of course, that ball came loose and all that other stuff. I'm just going to make that a live ball.
Okay.
I agree. It's a live ball.
Cool. Do we have a tendency, if it's this far away from the play, just to and we don't know, to consider it dead ball? And is that okay, or is that not what we want to do here?
I think we want to be the best officials that we can.
Yeah,
we do.
Sometimes I do not like the standards with that in that regard. Like, we can have a better idea. Like, if it's truly a coin flip, then maybe rely on those. But I think we can, if we're not good enough, we can work to be good enough to know exactly what the status of the ball. Because whenever we see a foul, that should be step 2. What is the status of the ball?
Right.
Yeah.
And at this point, the flag's in the air, and we see that the players are still going after a loose ball on the ground. I think we can determine it's a live ball.
Okay, so we got a UNR live ball foul hanging out there. What? How about catch no catch?
Ooh, there we go.
We made him not defenseless.
Yep.
I think that's the answer.
Not always, but
not
in
always.
This case,
in this case,
I think we can see him covering up with the opposite hand that he brought the ball into his body with. To me, that's a second act that indicates that the process of the catch is over.
Well, I mean, let's
it's-
go through the process. I mean, he has firm
Yep.
control. I mean, he sticks that catch pretty well. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yep.
know, body part's definitely down. And then did he make a move common in the game or have time to do such? And I think
He's
I think it meets
tucking
all.
it away. I mean,
Yeah, he's tucking away. He's lowering his body,
Right.
turning upfield. So yeah, I like this as a catch fumble.
Right.
okay, hang on. I think we reversed that concept though. Just real quick. If we have him as a runner, he can
Then he's
still
not-
be he can
Correct. He can still be
still
defenseless.
potentially be defenseless.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
If we say he's not defenseless, he's always a runner.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's interesting because we already said he's not defenseless, which means I think that is 100%. And check me on this. I think it's 100% that then he has completed the catch process.
If he's not,
If he's not, we already said he's not defenseless.
100% completed the catch process.
Different from saying if we say if we started with catch no catch and we said he had completed the catch process, which we could
But
have
he
then
still
said,
could be
well,
defenseless.
gosh, he could still be defenseless.
Yeah, he
Right,
could be
right.
defenseless right there.
other
but
way.
right. Yeah. If
Yeah.
that contact happens at the 30 versus the 31,
Yes,
I think you could still have the argument that it's a catch because he's turning upfield, but he's still defenseless.
exactly. So I think the way we did this, we gave away our catch no catch evaluation, which is okay. All right, I like it. Okay, so it's a catch. Now is it a fumble or is he down? The ball's out.
I think it's a fumble.
I think it's a fumble. One of those angles looks like the ball comes out way late, but then it's obscured by a bunch of bodies, so it's a fumble. Okay, so let's work the play. Defense recovers, right?
Yeah.
That team in white recovers. Jake was the official who submitted this play. Mentioned there was a little indecision on awarding somebody the ball. I don't know if that's because there was a flag down. Or maybe we were worried about somebody coming in calling incomplete. But maybe just thinking from the umpire standpoint here, are you gonna? You clearly see the team in the white jersey recovers the football. So are you gonna want to point, a possession signal in favor of the defense right away, or do you want to give some time? How does that work?
I really hope he gives some time.
Give some time.
Yep. I mean, because he's probably not, he's probably not. I mean, I don't think umpires work catch no catch very often in this type of a situation.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, just take the time. Like you have a good piece of information that, hey, defense has possession of a loose ball at the end of the play. Now let's just let's wait for other pieces of the information to come together before making a ruling.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And really,
Yeah.
you could give a cursory look towards the deep wing
Yep.
or the line of scrimmage official and see if they're coming in doing anything else. If they're not doing anything, then go ahead and point at that point. But I would like Corey saying, give the other officials a chance to determine if this was an incomplete pass, if the player was down. There's two different things it
Right.
could be. It's not just automatically a fumble.
So we can always award the ball to the defense, but we can always rule incomplete too.
Yeah.
But it sure is nice if we're going to rule incomplete, somebody else hasn't already signaled that it's the defense's ball.
Right.
So, just optically, that's kind of nice. Yeah. Let's just be patient. I don't think there's ever a reason to rush a possession signal. And I think we do that a lot.
Yes,
Man,
we do
we
get excited.
love to point the other way. Man,
Right.
we'd love to point the other way.
Right.
Okay. Is that it? So wait a second.
No, man, we got to enforce penalties now. Come on,
Okay.
we ain't getting away without enforcing penalties now.
Good
bro.
point. The ruling on the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense.
Yeah.
We have a foul by
The
team
offense.
A, the offense. See, I'm getting into this rules test situation where everybody's A and B, and I hate doing that. It's the offense. We have a foul by the offense for
Prior
unnecessary
to the change of
roughness.
possession.
That's the key. That's why live ball, dead ball evaluation potentially becomes very significant here.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, what are you going to do with it then? I mean, it's a foul by the offense. The result of the play is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense. So what options are we giving the defense?
We're not giving many options.
You want the ball, don't you?
Right.
How do we figure this out? Well, we go to our basic spot. So our basic spot for this foul involving a UNR by the offense that we called live ball. And would you say it occurred during the fumble?
No.
During the run?
I would say it occurred during the run.
During the pass?
But then
during
again,
the
I don't know. I guess so. As the center judge, I'm gonna look up. I may say it occurred during the fumble. I don't know what I would say.
I think you're gonna say it's a live ball that occurred during the fumble, just based on how this happens in real time. Okay, so the basic spot then is actually the spot of the fumble. The spot of his fumble is the basic spot. So the enforcement spot, since this is a foul, where does this foul take place? Man, right at the line. So since this is a foul, the spot of the foul is at the line, and the spot of the foul is behind the basic spot by the offense.
Yeah.
The enforcement spot would be the spot of the foul.
Correct.
Okay. So if we were to go to the defense and say, "Hey, coach, here are your options."
Yeah, come on.
You can, if you accept the penalty, it's going to be their ball. Replay the down half the distance to the goal from the 25-yard line. If you decline the penalty, it's your ball where you recovered it.
Right.
Yeah. So obviously they're going to decline it, but the question is, how do you arrive at that? How do you know what the correct options are? And it all goes back to basic spot, enforcement spot, that protocol, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. If this was a dead ball foul, everything changes.
Absolutely.
Basic spot becomes succeeding spot.
Succeeding spot.
So we would actually go ahead and say, "Hey, coach, your options are if you decline the penalty, you can have the ball where you recovered it. If you accept the penalty, we're going to go from the 33 to the 18, and it's still
your ball."
I think you probably want that.
Right.
We wouldn't give them that option either, obviously, but just going through that is always good. So that's a great play. What do you want to do from the replay booth? Anything?
Well, I do want to do something. Honestly, Brandon, I was about to mention. So there are some leagues whereby the referee is the replay official.
Oh my!
Yes, on a play like this, what I could see happening is Team A's coach challenging targeting on this play. If we don't throw a flag,
wait, they can challenge targeting.
Absolutely. They can challenge any reviewable aspect of the play.
Oh, okay.
So do we, as referees who are involved in this play, have the intellectual humility, and I learned that term at the Behind the Flag camp, do we have the intellectual humility to properly go through the process and rule on this targeting, or are we just going to just freak out and say, "Oh, this is the targeting," and now we're going to go throw a targeting on here? Because this is not a clear and obvious. We went through the process and we all agreed that it's not targeting. But you could easily see somebody who's maybe not thinking clearly just immediately go targeting because there's some hellacious helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yeah. What does intellectual humility mean again?
I would probably want to look it up just to give you that.
Would it be the opposite of confirmation bias? Kind of along those lines?
Probably, Corey. Probably similar. Yes, it's probably. Okay, this is some Daniel Young crap. Okay, it involves recognizing and owning our intellectual limitations in the service of pursuing deeper knowledge, truth, and understanding. It is a metacognitive process, yes, characterized by recognizing the limits of our own knowledge and acknowledging one's fallibility. In other words, if we don't have intellectual humility, we could just come in here and just be all cock. Basically, arrogance and cockiness, I would say, is the antithesis of intellectual humility.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, in a situation like this, coach challenges. are we strong enough mentally to really go through this process and evaluate this targeting? That's tough.
Huh.
Because if it is targeting, a whole different team gets the ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the case where that's a live ball UNR back there, we just offset, right?
Yeah.
Offset 2 live ball fouls. If it's a dead ball UNR and
Team
we
A
end
still
up
gonna
with
have the ball.
targeting here, exactly, because we go live ball, dead ball. And in that case, the protocol is to just enforce them in the order in which they occurred.
Yep. 1st and 10, Team A after enforcement.
Yeah, even though you're basically just going to end up at the previous spot,
Same
15 down, 15 back, but you had the automatic first down.
Right.
Whew. Well, that's an excellent play. And we really appreciate, as always, play submissions like this. I don't know if we're actually capable to break down all these components of a play that has this many concepts, but we try. So, Jake, like I said, follow up. You know, maybe you guys talked about more things about this than we covered, and if so, we'll just bring it back.
Yeah.
All right, you want to end with another big bang targeting? No pun intended. To close this out, or what?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it. Did somebody let Daniel in the door? By the way, I didn't. I thought it was locked.
I'm so sick of Daniel, I swear.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here, buddy. It was good stuff on that last play.
That's actually an amazing play. The more I look at it,
I know.
can you? The replay official has to break out in night sweats.
Oh, right.
Well, especially if they're thinking, nothing's really going on, and I'm going to go grab another, triple scoop.
Well, yeah. I mean, if, any replay official worth their salt coming away from the halftime spread with a to-go plate, right? Because they know they're going to pick that stuff up, so they're probably licking barbecue sauce off their fingers.
Right.
It's like, damn, I got to get on the scopes.